Bonsai Bloke here, here you go. Today, I've got this neglected Chinese elm. Pretty much show you what not to do, and two, how to sort of fix it if you do it. So basically I've let it overgrow. It's completely wrecked structure. There's wire cutting everywhere. Some of the other branches have died off, so there's a lot of work to do on this tree. But first, I've got three exciting things to show you. We'll do some good points first, I reckon. First one, got this new saw. This is a silky tomboy. Just show you that one. So I got that one, extremely sharp, almost like little knives there. Well, not really a lot that I could cut with it to show you, but there's one branch in here, hang on, one branch in here. I'll do a little cut. This is a bit of a bigger one. You can get the pocket boy. Most people would probably get the pocket boy. I used to have the pocket boy, and sometimes I found I'd rather a bigger one. That's why I got the big one this time. And the pocket boy, well, I wrecked that cutting roots, which is a no-no. Got dirt on it and wrecked it. So anyway, that's that. That's one thing. Second thing, got this video mic me, which connects to my camera or phone, and I'm gonna give that a bit of a run today. I'll just show you the unboxing of it. Get all this crap out of the way. Okay, so you can see that, I hope. Okay, so looks like we just get a wind sock, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure what the technical term is, but wind sock, bit of an instruction booklet, and then you get your mic. Looks like you get your mic. So that I think that's to clip onto your phone. You plug this into your normal ear jack, and then you got to swing it around. So you plug it in, and then you swing it around. I think this one you have to face towards yourself. Might be called like a shotgun mic or something like that, I'm not sure. And then you clip that to the phone, and then this secures it in place so it can't move around. So it'll be interesting using it. I think if I was to talk behind the phone without spinning it towards me, I'd be really quiet. But anyway, and then the sock goes over the end like that for the wind. And that clips to your phone. I can't really show you clipping it to the phone because I'm using the phone to record, but maybe I'll try and find an old phone. I'll get back to you in a sec. Okay, well, I've got my old phone. This is a Samsung S7. Currently I'm filming with the Samsung S9 Plus. Basically, as long as your camera is on the opposite side to the earphone jack, you can use it to be a mic. And like I say, if I was filming that way and had the mic facing that way, you wouldn't pick me up, but I have to face the mic towards myself. And then I think all you simply do is push this over the end until it snugs up on your phone, and then it can't move, nice and solid. And that's it. So I'll have it facing the other way. Like so. And then yeah, then when I'm talking and it's filming me, hopefully it picks it up better. Go out in the wind, I'll put the wind sock on. Okay, so I'll do a bit of an intro with the mic and without the mic, and let's see what happens, eh? Okay, so this is an intro without the mic.
G'day, Aussie Bonsai Bloke here, go.
And this will be an intro with the mic. Okay, this is with the mic.
G'day, Aussie Bonsai Bloke here, go.
Okay, so I'll leave the mic in now, see how it goes. So that's two things. The Gomboy, the new mic which you're listening to now. I'm going to go outside and try it in the wind, and I've got something outside to show you too. So let's go outside, cheers. Okay guys, that's what I wanted to show you, all the green. This is without the windsock. I'll just put the windsock on. You'll probably hear some noise at the moment. I'll just chuck the windsock on and see what it does. Okay, that's with the windsock on. Hopefully it's made a bit of a difference. Just wanted to show you all the green out here. After that rain we had, look at it. Just bloody green out here, beautiful. Old Mars has gone to nice and green now. Sun's shining there, almost setting. Even the dog's loving it. Leo, good boy, hey? Good boy. Good boy, hey? You're a good boy, aren't you? Okay, while I'm out here, I'll just show you a few of these trees. They're loving it too. Got all these fresh new shoots all over them. They're loving it. As you can see, fresh shoots. Some of these trees sticking up. Some are, some are a bit behind, but they're doing all right. They're loving it. Just show you a few. This big one here, growing well. Anyway, so a lot of the trees are looking pretty good. Leo's up there taking a crap, I reckon. Yeah, looks like it. Oh, good timing, mate. Anyway, just show you how green it is. There's all my trees. You can see them all planted down there. Pretty cool. Pretty green, nice and green. Trees go up all over the top there. No worries, I'll bring you back in the shed and we'll work on that bloody overgrown Chinese elm. Cheers. Dog's going crazy. I thought I'd just show you that for a second. Get him, Leo, get him. Okay, so I've shown you outside, pretty cool. All the green out there now looks completely different. Let me know how this mic goes as well, whether you reckon it's better or worse than the stock microphone on the Samsung S10. And another thing that hopefully the mic does, because it's a shotgun mic, points at me, hopefully it'll block out some of the background noise a bit. But we'll see, might not. Anyway, let me know what you think anyway. Cheers. Okay, so this tree, as you can see, I've let it overgrow pretty badly. And basically, what's happened is a lot of the old ramification that I was going to keep and let develop more, what's happened is it's sent out, probably only 10 or 12 big shoots. I'll do a spin actually. Probably shot 10 or 12 big shoots out, especially this big one at the back here, massive one. And the actual ramification I wanted to keep has pretty much not grown for the whole summer. And the problem now is some of that's dead, and I don't know what's dead, what's alive, and it's very hard to tell with the twigs. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut back to pretty much where I cut back to last year. So I've wasted a whole year because I didn't get onto it. That's why you don't, you know, even if you're busy, you should really spend even the 10 minutes just to go through and quickly cut all the big shoots off. Even 10 minutes. I should have done it, I didn't, and now I have to pay for it. But anyway, that's life. And there's nothing I can do about it now. If you've done this in the past or you've done it now, you know, just show you how to try and get it back a bit. So basically just cutting back all the branches to the finer ramification back further. In fact, that one there's still got a bit of a knob, so I'll cut it back even more. Maybe even get these knob cutters out. Just cut it back where there's some nice smaller transition in the branches, especially up the top. Up the top you don't want to have these big fat branches sitting there, so you want to cut it back so you keep the finer ramification. A lot of this stuff is still alive. Like I've seen it probably about 2 months ago. I was keeping an eye on it, and a lot of these smaller branches were still alive, but it was too late to cut it back because we're going into autumn, so I just left it and just assumed they'd probably survive if they were still alive. Then they'll probably still be alive now, and a lot of these shoots I'm cutting back now are still alive. Yeah, so I'll have to just keep cutting back like this, and then when it all shoots again in spring, then I'll come back again and then really select, you know, because I know what's alive, what's dead then, definitely. And I can really get into selecting some of the branching that I want to keep. At the moment I want to play on the safe side and leave more than I need, because something may die or already be dead. And I want to keep more than I need. I'll probably start at the bottom branch here. It's just a pity, you know, when you do this, you waste a whole year. Pretty much a whole year for nothing. In fact, you may even go backwards, because what's happened now is some of the other branching that was sort of half developed now has such bad wire scars that I could even have to cut some of it off. So a lot of this finer stuff, I'll cut it back a little bit, but I'm not going to go hard on it because I don't know what's alive, what's dead too much. You can see a little bit of green in there, but with some of these finer twigs, it's extremely hard to see the green, to see whether it is alive or not. Obviously the extended ones like this are alive. So I just got to go back in here and chop it all back. Luckily they're very resilient. And you'll probably find a lot of these are alive when I get back in here in spring. I can really work on refining it now that as you can see, my trees out in the paddock are growing, so they'll need less attention. They'll have a whole year of roots. They're natives, so eventually they won't need any help. No watering. So next summer they'll need less watering. They'll still need some help, but it'll. Also, I don't have the other jobs that I had to do when I was moving house, which kept me away from the bonsai. You know, putting up the tank, making the pad for the tank, all that sort of stuff took up a lot of time. And just moving and making sheep yard and all of that stuff, the fencing for the sheep, took up a lot of time, to the point where by the time I sat down at night I was just buggered, and I just pretty much didn't go out and look at my bonsai really. Pretty sad that I didn't. But you know, I was only getting in at 10 o'clock at night after work. I'd come home, do stuff around the house that had to be done. Get inside at 10 o'clock at night and just go to bed and not even worry about looking at my trees, and just hope that the watering system worked. There was times where I didn't check on my trees for 4 days, and 2 of those days the watering system didn't work at all. And then I'd come back and they would all die back and then grow again, die back and grow again, and that sort of happened a few times because I wasn't on it enough. But anyway, that's all in the past. I just now have to get in here and I just have to suck it up, get in here and see what I can do to fix the issues that I've created. This tree is extremely strong and wanted to, you know, develop really quick for me. I mean, it's only been out of the ground for 3 years maybe, and it's probably only a 7-year-old tree all up. If you're lucky, 7 years old from a twig. It would literally be 7 years old from that, put in the ground, grown. I did it as a cutting. Pretty sure I took cuttings for this. Cuttings only about that big. Planted them in the ground 7 years ago. This is what you can get in 7 years. It might seem like a long time, but in bonsai terms it's not long at all. 7 years. What I'm seeing here is there is actually a lot of green in a lot of these shoots that I'm cutting. So that holds good hope. I'm still not going to go through and choose. So yeah, I'm still not going to go through and choose every division back to 2 at the branching. Some have got 3, but I'm going to seriously leave that until the spring when it shoots out. Just because some stuff could be dead or dying or that type of thing. Where I think most of it will be okay though. And as far as repotting, this tree doesn't need repotting. I think I did a video about a year ago where the pot fell apart. So I did an emergency repotting into the pot that it's in now. So it hasn't actually been in this pot for very long, maybe 8 months, 9 months. Now we've got these shoots at the back here. I'm not sure quite how to deal with them. I'll do the top ones first. I've got a few issues I'll have to discuss after. We'll see whether we can sort them out or not. Basically just go around chopping these back short. And at the top, you still want to, even though I won't let it overgrow, I've still got to think about taper so that where I've let a branch get really strong at the top and it's overly fattened up the top, I'll have to cut it right back to some finer stuff, and I'll do that now. Thankfully most spots are sort of okay, you know, like managed to keep a lot of the ramification that I built the year before. I have lost a whole year, but then again, at least it's still alive. It could have been a lot worse. Okay, still some here, got to chop off. Okay, so here I'm going to chop back some finer stuff, get rid of the big fat branch. Going back to some finer stuff, I'll cut the shoots back. To the left, cut them back nice and short. I know that they're still alive, so that's cool, that's fine. Basically how you have to tackle it. Where it's overgrown and got too fat, you have to chop it back to finer foliage. Here I'm going to chop out a whole section and shorten what's left. And if it's happened at the bottom, it probably actually helps stuff at the bottom of the tree, because the bottom of the tree, you know, needs to be fatter than the top. So it's probably helped stuff at the bottom, but stuff at the top of the tree definitely has over fattened. So here, this is pretty well the bottom of the tree. It's a back branch. I think, no, actually it's a side front branch by the looks of it. It's fattened it though, and it's one of the low branches, so that in that case it's actually helped it out. But at the top, cut it back to the finest possible branching at the top, leave the fatter stuff at the bottom. Internode length you want fairly short. Chinese elms are pretty good anyway, so don't have to worry too much about that. Try not to bore you with it all too much here, but just chop them back. The fatter sections have to come right off. So all those fatter sections at the top got to come right off. Back to where it gets better ramification. So here's another section here. Okay, they had to come right off. Just got too fat at the top. Almost to a point now where we've almost finished the cutting back. Another section there, it's too fat. Yeah, like I say, thankfully, looks like most of it should be okay. Extremely lucky, but there is some wire cutting in, I'll show you that in a second. I don't know, is this mic okay? Like when I turn away, does it still sound right? Or if I turn towards it, is it, you know, a big difference? Is it louder? I'm not sure. Let me know. Not much I can really do about it apart from maybe try out another different mic. See how we go. Chop some of these bottom branches at the base. Now, I think I've got to the point where, got to the issue I was going to talk about. You can see here we've got a lot of inverse tape here. It's sort of a little bit, the bark sort of takes away from it a bit so that you don't really care so much. Not sure what to do there. Or do I spin the tree? Problem is a lot of the branching's on that side now. I could spin the tree, bend this down, and that can then become the front, but then I would have to lean the whole tree back forward this way, and maybe possibly get rid of the apex. It's just too much angle, the roots are going to be on a massive angle there. And possibly get rid of the apex and start a new one. I don't think it's quite feasible because the taper in the top goes towards the front also. I'd have to cut it right back to here and taper it down from there, so I'm not quite sure that's feasible. Another thing I could do is try to bring this big fat one down here and create like another back branch here. Actually bends quite easy. Surprised it hasn't snapped. I could create another back branch there with some foliage, or another thing I'm thinking about doing is fattening this one here up. Chop this one off here. It probably has helped to fatten up this section here. Might chop this one off now or chop it back short. And then fatten this one back here, which could create a branch down the back. So the first branch will be at the back. That might take your eye away. If you've got a back branch behind there with some foliage on it, it might take your eye away from this bulge and to that actual back branch. I might leave that one there, so I might do that. And I may also leave this one too and just try and anchor it somehow to the pot. Okay, so I'm going to pull that branch down and keep the side branch down the bottom here. But first I just want to go around the back of the camera and just see what the mic sounds like when I get behind the camera if I don't turn the mic around. Okay, so this is me behind the camera with the mic not turned around. This is me in the front, just doing a bit of an experiment really. And then I'll keep talking as I go around the back with the mic, see what that's like. And I might even also sorry about that noise. I've spun it to the back now so that if I'm behind the camera shooting, there's all the stuff on the ground. I'm hoping that the sound there is still pretty good. It's facing straight towards me. Just a bit of an experiment. Okay, so I'm back to the trying to bring this branch down. It's not a lot to hold on to bring it down. I want to use a guide wire because to put a fat wire around there to pull it down is almost impossible. I can use a lug or a tech screw or something into the side here and pull it down. Or another thing I was thinking about doing was actually putting this hook under the pot. So I'll see if I can lift up the pot. I'll get it off my turntable because I don't want to break my turntable. Okay. So I'll see here. Might be able to hook this hook underneath the pot. Chat there, dog. What are you doing? Dog's trying to eat this bit of wire. Low. Okay, so I'm going to hook that under the pot like so. And then that's going to come up the side of the pot. And hopefully it's got enough strength that I can pull that down. Gives it a nice, really nice shape because it grew straight up. It was actually pointing up here, straight through all this foliage. I had to move foliage out the way, or the branching out the way, so that I could actually bend it down. And it's actually bending down pretty well. It's given it a really nice shape to it. And then might cut it back there somewhere and let it branch out. So what I'll probably do, what I might even do, just cut my finger a bit, what I might even do is I'll actually notch it where I want that to come out. I want it to shoot out of these two little branches here, or possibly even inside that, but anyway, for now I'll do it to there. And then I'll actually take off this bark, notch it all the way around. That way I can use this to guide wire it down without worrying about it shooting past the guide wire, and it'll shoot where I want it to shoot. So I'm not wasting more growth next year. And I can mark above that. And pull this bark off. Okay, bark's gone. And I can cut off on the other side of this bark. Well, actually what I'll do first, I'll use this as a lever to pull it down. So it looks like that's holding pretty well in the bottom of the pot there. no issues. And I'll just guide wire it like that. And then when it shoots next year, it should shoot back and then create a nice branch at the bottom there. So hopefully that'll work out pretty well. Now I can cut this top bit. And that's it. Okay, so that branch is gone. And now I've just left with this back branch here. Like I say, I'm going to let that grow and thicken up. Might just wire it in the direction that I want to wire it. Just grab a tiny bit of wire. It's not a very thick branch, so it won't take thick wire. And I only want to give it a hint of a direction. Don't want to go crazy on it. Put a little bit of wire around it. Okay, and I'm only trying to give the base direction. I don't need to give the tip direction, but I'm going to leave the tip on so that it grows really strong next year and fattens up, because it will be the lowest branch. Back branch as the lowest branch is not normally the done thing, but when you've got inverse taper and you've got to try and sort that out, might be the only way. So I'll give it some movement towards the base, and then I'll push the tip up in the air so that it gets maximum sunlight, and then after it fattens up I'll chop it back to there, maybe sometime during next summer or maybe even next winter when it goes dormant again. That's pretty much it. I just got to get rid of this wire. I'll show you the wire. Yes, that's that branch wide out, that's that big fat one. And I'll just show you this wire's all bitten in here. I've got to get that all off. I've got some off already. It's marked it up pretty well. Not overly excited about that, but what do you do? And I'm leaving a lot of this twigging, and I'm going to have to sort it out later. You can see a lot of it's got 2 or 3 in each spot, but to try and sort out what's alive now, I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to see how it shoots in spring and sort it out then. What are you doing there, dog? Hey, Leo, what's going on there, dog? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What you doing? Crazy dog. No worries. Okay, got the dog sniffing around at all the cuttings I've done. Hey, you're going to grab some, aren't you? He loves it. So yeah, basically, pull out a few weeds here. More of that Irish moss. So basically, I've guide wired that one down, and that will become a side branch. And this back branch here, put some movement in. I may end up putting a bit more in after, but bear in mind that it's going to be chopped back pretty short anyway, and then allowed to divide out. So as long as there's some movement in close, which there is, it's probably good enough. Probably could have gone a gauge thicker on that really, so I didn't have to keep going back to bend it. But anyway, as you can see, the rest of the tree's got a fair bit of ramification really. But bear in mind that was all there a year ago pretty well, and now not only am I back at the same boat, but I've got all these wire scars excuse me, that you can see. But not much we can do about that now. We just have to live with it. You could cut them off, but once again I'm lucky that the Chinese elm does bark up pretty well, so in time it'll disguise it, so it won't matter. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I'll give you a bit of a spin of the tree on the way out. I'll just show you the front. Holy crap, what was that? Something just fell. Oh no. Bloody amateur. What are you doing there, Leo? You're as bad as your dad. Hey? Wrecking everything. Aren't ya? Hey? Crazy dog. Crazy dog. What's going on? What's going on? Come here, bud. Crazy. Oh, I love you, boy. Hey? Alright, I've got to pick up my stuff here and give you a spin of the tree on the way out. Cheers. Okay. So, anyway, that's what, why do I always have trouble saying that? Leo, what are you doing? That's what not to do. Not what to do. That's not what to do. Confusing myself here. That's what not to do on your tree. You don't let it overgrow like that, especially when you're in the ramification, stage of things anyway. So the plan for the future of the tree now will be just to keep an eye on it, and next year in spring when it starts to shoot, get rid of any dead shoots fairly early on, because once it gets a fair bit of foliage on it, it'll be a real hard time to see in there anyway. So early on I'm gonna, select some of the shoots that I'll keep when they start budding out, get rid of the rest. I won't be repotting this tree. Like I said, it's only been in here for 8 months or so. Dog's trying to give me a branch there, and he's pulling on the extension cord so the lights might go out. But anyway, that's about it. So that's sort of how you fix it if you do let it get out of control. In some cases it helps it fattens up some of the bottom branches, but I'd say in this tree, I didn't need that, so really I wasted a whole year. So that's a good way to waste a whole year. Also, let me know how the mic went. I really would like to know what you think about the mic. The mic's been on pretty much the whole video apart from at the start. Yeah, that's about it. I'll keep you updated on this. I was going to do a bit of a walk around the bonsais today, but it's quite windy and wet outside. Now it's dark anyway, so I decided I'd do this video instead. It was probably a little bit early to work on this as it's just lost its leaf, but I think it'll be fine. It'll stay dormant until it starts warming up again. It'll be fine. So yeah, like I say, I grew this tree from a cutting probably 7 years ago. I did the cutting and stuck it in the ground. 4 years in the ground, 3 years out. Just goes to show you can develop a fairly big trunk on a bonsai in a fairly quick period of time. I'm also going to be doing a video soon on field growing. I'm going to set up a little bit of an irrigation system and plant some trees, out in the paddock to fatten up, so in 5 to 10 years I can harvest them and have some really good bases, and then I'll slowly swap over my better trees and slowly go into my better trees and get rid of some of the worse trees or littler trees. I like big trees, so anyway, that's what I like. Anyway, cheers for watching Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Please like, share, subscribe. Check out my Instagram as well. Thanks for all your support. Keep watching the channel, subscribing, commenting. I like your comments. No worries. Cheers. The dog's been absolutely crazy under here. Aren't you? Hey? You are crazy boy. Crazy boy. Crazy boy. You swear. Huh? He's crazy. Anyway, no worries. Thanks for watching. And I'll catch you next time. Cheers. I'll do a spin of the tree on the way out. Cheers.